You saw it, right? Dak Prescott, leaner, faster, and moving like a man on a mission. If you haven't watched that clip yet, do yourself a favor. He's not just working out, he's locked in. Reports say he's dropped somewhere between 25 to 30 pounds, and you can see it. The difference is night and day. He looks quicker, sharper, and more fluid with every move. Now think about where we were just a couple years ago. Dak coming off that gruesome ankle injury, questions swirling about whether he'd ever return to form. Every snap he took since then came with that lingering doubt hanging over his head, not just from the media or the fans, but from people who forgot who this man really is. But look at him now, running, cutting, moving without a limp, without hesitation. It's early April and he already looks like mid-season Dak. That's not just encouraging, it's a statement. This isn't some off-season fluff piece either. This is concrete. You can pause the footage, zoom in, analyze the stride. There's no lag in his movement. That stiffness we saw in prior seasons? Gone. He's not just shedding weight, he's shedding fear. That's what makes this different. And don't get it twisted. Dak was never the fastest quarterback in the league. He's not out here trying to be Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. But what he's showing us now is that he's ready to move when he needs to. Remember that Falcons game last year, when he pulled one out of the hat with his legs? That version of Dak, confident, mobile, calculated, is back. And maybe even better. Let me throw it to you real quick. Do you think this new, lighter Dak is about to shock the league in 2025? Vote right here in the poll and drop your prediction in the comments. Let's see how many real ones believe he's coming back stronger than ever. But hold up, this transformation goes beyond just physical. There's a whole system being built around this new Dak. Let's talk about how the Cowboys are finally setting the stage for him to thrive. All right, now that you've seen how locked in Dak is physically, let's talk about what's happening around him, because it's not just about individual effort anymore. The Cowboys are finally putting the right people in the room to help this man shine. Enter Clayton Adams and Connor Riley. If those names don't ring a bell yet, trust me, they will. These are two guys with proven track records when it comes to maximizing talent and building offensive systems that are dynamic, fast, and tailored to the skill set of the quarterback. That matters. Especially when your QB is coming into the season more agile and explosive than we've seen in years. Clayton Adams brings a fresh approach to play design. He's creative, he adapts mid-game, and he knows how to draw up plays that stretch the field horizontally and vertically. That's huge for a QB like Dak, especially one who's regained confidence in his mobility. Then you've got Connor Riley, a technician when it comes to the offensive line. His schemes open up. Lanes buy time in the pocket and create opportunities for quarterbacks to make decisions, not panic. You see where I'm going with this, right? A lighter, more mobile Dak paired with a system built to move the pocket, play fast, and make defenses guess. That's a recipe for fireworks. And let's not forget, the NFL has changed. If your quarterback can't extend plays or make something out of nothing when it breaks down, you're already behind. Dak's weight loss isn't just a personal goal, it's strategic. It means more bootlegs, more scrambles, and most importantly, more options. That's the kind of quarterback this system needs, and the Cowboys are finally catching up to that. Let me ask you something. Do you believe the Cowboys are finally building the right offense for Dak? Drop a comment below. I want to hear your take. Is this finally the year they give him the tools and the freedom to lead the way? And still, with all this progress, the hate doesn't stop. Let's take a moment to unpack why so many people still doubt Dak, no matter what he does. Here's the part that baffles me, and maybe it gets to you too. Why does Dak Prescott still have to fight for respect? Year after year, no matter what he puts on tape, there's always this cloud of doubt hovering over him. Why? Look, I get it. He's not flashy like Lamar, he doesn't have that highlight reel chaos like Josh Allen, and he's not being crowned the next GOAT like Mahomes. But what Dak does bring is leadership, consistency, and clutch moments that get overlooked way too often. And it's wild. Because when he does play well, people rush to say it was the defense or the receivers or the play calling. But when things go wrong, it's all on Dak. Every time. Let me break it down for you. He's not out here trying to outrun safeties, but he knows when to move. He's not a sprinter, but he's a strategist. Remember the Falcons game? He saw the lane, made the read, and took off. That was instinct. And that instinct wins games. Yet people still act like he's stuck in cement. And you know what's worse? The media echo chamber. One person throws shade on Dak, and suddenly it becomes a talking point across every network. Is Dak elite? Is he holding the Cowboys back? Come on, man. You ever notice how some guys can throw 3 picks and still get called generational? Meanwhile, Dak throws for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards, and all anyone wants to talk about is one missed throw in the second quarter. It's not just criticism. It's targeted, non-stop doubt, and it fuels an entire ecosystem of haters. You've seen it online. Some folks literally build their whole channels just off hating Dak, and guess what? He doesn't respond. He just keeps working, and now he's coming back lighter, faster, and hungrier. So if you've been sleeping on him, this might be your last chance to wake up. Here's what I want to know from you. Do you think Dak Prescott is unfairly criticized by the media? Type yes or no in the comments. And let's see where Cowboys Nation really stands on this. And speaking of standing strong, Dak's not just training his body, he's sharpening his mind too. Let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. Now this, right here, this is what separates the good from the great. You've seen the footage of Dak moving again, right? The speed, the precision, the confidence. But here's the thing that doesn't always show up on camera: the discipline behind it. Dak Prescott isn't just running sprints and throwing passes. He's reinventing himself. His offseason has been all about mobility, pliability, and maximizing every ounce of performance from his body. He's not lifting heavy to look good in a jersey. He's training for speed, flexibility, and long-term durability. This is next-level preparation. And there's a name that keeps coming to mind when I watch how Dak is approaching this comeback: Tom Brady. Not because they play the same style of football, but because of the longevity mindset. Brady wasn't the most athletic, but he was the most prepared, year after year. Dak's building toward that. He's dropped 25 to 30 pounds, he's moving smoother than ever, and you can tell he's taken control of his body in a way most players don't figure out until it's too late. And let's not gloss over the mental side of this. Dak's been through it all: major injuries, brutal media slander, playoff heartbreaks, but not once has he let that break him. He's doubled down. He's focused harder. That's not just resilience, that's obsession. The kind of obsession you need if you want to win a ring in Dallas. Oh, and before someone says, well, he's too light now, relax. He might be leaner, but he's still got more size than a lot of quarterbacks out there. You don't need to be a tank when your game is built on timing, decision-making, and quick feet. He's not trying to outmuscle linebackers. He's trying to beat them to the edge, and now he actually can. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like Dak is more motivated now than he's ever been? If you do, drop a fire emoji in the comments, and let's turn this into a wall of for our QB1. But all this preparation leads us to one big question. What's it going to take for everything to finally click into place for the Cowboys? All right, let's get real for a second. You've seen Dak put in the work. You've seen the transformation in his body, his mindset, his entire approach to the game. He's ready. But here's the truth. If the team doesn't match that level of commitment, it won't matter. Football is the ultimate team sport. And right now, there are still a few key pieces missing for the Cowboys to finally break through. First, let's talk about the backfield. We need a reliable running back, someone who can take the pressure off Dak and keep defenses honest. I'm talking about a true workhorse, physical, consistent, explosive. The kind of back who turns 3rd and 4 into 1st and goal. Without that ground support, you're asking Dak to be Superman every single snap. And that's not a sustainable formula. Second, and you know this one, we need that WR2. CeeDee Lamb is a monster. He's proven, but he can't do it alone. Defenses double him, bracket him, key in on him all game. Give Dak another real weapon on the outside or in the slot, and this offense opens up completely. It becomes dangerous, dynamic, and it lets Dak be Dak, not some magician pulling rabbits out of a hat every Sunday. And finally, balance. This offense can't just be fast-paced air raids. It needs rhythm. It needs flow. The kind of balance that wears down a defense by the 4th quarter and lets Dak hit that play-action deep shot when it counts most. That's how you win in January. You know what's exciting, though? We're this close. Dak's locked in. The core of the roster is elite. Parsons, Lamb, Diggs, Tyler Smith. These guys aren't just talented. They're hungry. Add a couple missing pieces, and this team can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league. Chiefs, Niners, Eagles, bring them all. And here's my question for you, my guy. Do you believe 2025 is the year the Cowboys finally put it all together? If your answer is yes, then go to the comments and type, "It's time." Let's flood the section with that energy. Let the world know. We're not just hoping anymore. We're expecting. And hey, if you're riding with us on this journey, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Because right here on Cowboys News TV, we're going to follow every step of this climb together.